So have to chip off here, guys, and re-scratch it and chip it to probably about there somewhere. Put a new bead on, use that bead on, and save the original corner there and just grind it up and chip it off. And I'll show you it all once I get it all sort of scratched, or give you a wee coat, give you a wee show me coating it. So I'm going to put the green mesh along there. There's timber, brick, concrete. So I'm going to cut some roll up, maybe strip right across it and scratch it in. And I'm going to SPR it off first. Gives you a closer look. At least that'll catch them cracks and stuff as well.
As I was saying previous, I was putting the mesh on here, and that's to cover the pitted timber and the red brick. There's a bit of SPR in the mix and SPR painted onto those areas, especially those areas, guys. The red brick can be high suction, so I really needed to make sure I get a good bond to it and make sure that it wasn't going to repeat the same way it was previous. So hopefully everything I'm doing here is just really buckles and braces. Again, it probably would have been okay without, but making sure to mesh it here and get it all nice and tidy. And as you can see here now, it's all scratched and all looks pretty uniform and nice and neat. And just scratched out the reveals either around post or whenever done. And here's a quick look at the stone. So here we are with the top coat here, white satin cement. Many names for this white satin cement. Obviously it's just Portland white cement, and the sand can have many a name. I've seen it called silica sand, silver sand, and then obviously just white sand. And you can also get, which is probably a wee bit better, it's like a crushed limestone sand. It's a bit grittier, but it's probably better for plastering. Well, you know, if you're going to go flat, the likes of the reveals, whereas this stuff is very fine, quite like more like building sand. So just wanted to get that wee bit of info out there, as a lot of people do ask, how do you make the white satin cement? Again, it always dries out a lot brighter than what goes on because of the moisture in it. Once that moisture comes out, it comes out a lot brighter. But here we are now, the final stage. We had it all chipped off, scratched it. I was very conscious, that's why I got the top dashed very quickly. I was very conscious of that red brick and the bit of wood and all the different materials up the top, whether I thought it might dry quicker at the top, so I wanted to get that smashed out and dashed quickly. Which to me is a good call, guys. If you're not sure, definitely wet it down and get it done as neat and quick as possible. But yeah, the idea here is just getting it all laid down, neat as can, as you know, don't want no joints. I probably will hit them joints a wee quick one with the wee stones. Just keep sort of shrinking your joint, so that it doesn't joint basically. Once you hit them stones on, if it dries too much in one place, the stones will sort of bounce off and it won't be very pretty looking. So you're gonna want to get it quickly coated and stoned, sort of as quick as you can, but trying to be as neat as possible. Sort of struggling on that trowel. I think there's a wee slight kink in it, so it's sort of leaving a bit of lines on me. Which is, you know, the less lines, the easier it is to dash. It'll, the lines will, they won't be there for a start, so you won't have to hit it extra hard to get them out. Again, don't have trays down, guys. I just use the clean bags from, the sand and the stones previous. Just keep them clean, put them down, collect the odd stones that fall. Luckily, as I showed you up close there earlier, these are quite a small stone, so I find the smaller stones stick that wee bit easier and quicker as well. Do tend to give them a wee tiny wet, as I find they stick a wee bit better, where if they're dry as a bone, they don't tend to stick just as nice. So if you just a wee flick of water with the brush in, just does all the world of good, and makes life going forward that wee bit much easier. Again, there's still a wee bit to go on the bottom. It's quite heavy. I don't want to push my luck and make it slide. There's actually 2 wee tight coats of the Snowcrete on everything, and that was really just to kill suction. Did wet it all down, but for some reason it's still pulling in quite a lot. Probably just due to the old blocks underneath. Did have it scratched a good bit beforehand, so it was drying out. Did wet it, but again, it was still pulling in a wee bit. Just wanted to sweeten it up with a wee tight coat, and then a nice wee coat over the top, just to finish off. Again, both coats not very thick at all. The last thing you want to do is run out of plaster at this stage, so you're going to want to make sure you've mixed all you need. Even if you say to yourself, I'll mix an extra 2 wee yellow buckets or wee black buckets, whatever you're using. If you have 2 spare, really just in case you run shy, because if you run shy here and your stones, everything's going to start drying, your stones would just bounce off, and then it's not going to just look as pretty and as sweet as you actually want it to look. So really, the main things, to me, the main things would be, 1, sort of try and work as quick as you can. 2, don't panic. Just because you're working fast and you're going a wee bit quicker than usual, just doesn't mean you have to panic and get all mixed up. And to help you avoid that would be just preparation. Wet down your wall, control your suction that way. Make sure in your scratch coats you maybe had a wee bit of waterproofer and stuff in to try and help slow down suction. And again, so you're working fast, but you're prepped, you've everything ready. Make sure you've everything ready. Double check, and then when you're working fast, everything will go smooth because you've got your mix sitting, you've got your stones sitting, and then it's just really about your skill then, just putting it on as neat as possible, and making sure that when you flick your stones on, it's gonna all catch and bond and look exactly the way you want it. Sort of one of the last wee Pebble dice jobs I did was very small, and it just kind of broke my own rules somewhat, and it just seemed to set and dry very, very quickly. Put myself under severe pressure. Sometimes you can underestimate the small ones, guys. So definitely don't underestimate the job. That would be another tip. Again, try and save your stones here. If you have trays, troughs, whatever you want to call them, use them. Keep your stone. Where I just use the bags and keep the stone. Will actually, over a bigger job, you will save 10, 15, maybe even 20% of the stone, maybe even more if you're messy throwing the stones about in the first place. As you see, I would say a good 75% of the stones actually stay on, but the other sort of 20-25% do fall off and hit the ground. But it's not a big deal when you have bags down. You're actually saving a good lot of them. You can scrape all the stones up and wash them again, guys, as well. I tend not to do that, as the sand cement, if it's mixed with them, it'll take a lot of washing to make sure you get them good and clean. But it is doable. If you have another repatch job you're going to do or something, it's very, very doable. The other thing is, guys, if something's sliding, just give that area a wee minute or two before you poke at it too much. As you can see, there is a wee bit just trying there in a wee area. I do sort it out later on, but again, you don't want to keep on, you don't want to force it really. But I think that is the main things, guys. Be prepped, have everything sitting, over mix your stuff. Make sure you've got a 10%, 15% extra of what you think you need. Just go that wee bit further. Same with stones. If you run out, by the time you drive to the builders' yards or builders' merchants to get some, or B&Q, wherever it is you source your stuff, the wall's going to be rock hard and no stones are going to stick to it. And and there's going to be a big patch of it, a big baldy. So, you know, work quick, but don't rush about. Don't rush about and maybe have an accident or knock something over. So work fast, but be prepped. Don't panic. Pebble dashing is one of the harder ones outside, guys. Rubbing up can be hard too, but I tend to find that rubbing up's easier to judge because you do be touching it more. Where when you're pebble dashing here, as you see, I'm literally putting it on, I'm traveling up, and then putting the stones on. So you kind of do need a bit of a knowledge of backgrounds, of how it's sucking in, how it's drying, what the weather's like, what your materials are, your stones. Like I said, smaller stones are a lot easier to work with. Well, I find that myself personally. They're lighter to flick off. They just bond and stick far better. You actually don't need as thick as a coat with smaller stones. With thicker stones, you need a thicker coat. Although we do have quite a healthy coat of snowcrete or sand cement, white sand cement, on this wall. So it's not too bad, guys. But that's it. Job is a good one now. I'll show you a wee clip of it after. Really just will need to clean up. Do have boards down, protecting the roof, and keeping the roof safe from anything piercing it, and also keeping it clean, so that cleaning it is going to be that much easier.
What we doing live echoes in eternity.